Okay, now we're going to be working with security groups in AWS. So let's go ahead and start by opening up EC2. Then we take a look here. We can see that we have a few security groups right here on the dashboard. In case we don't see that, we can also go scroll down here, and under Networks and Security, we have security groups. So we can see that we have the default. And then we also have Launch Wizard 1. This was created whenever we created that EC2 instance a few lessons ago. So we can scroll through this. If we wanted to modify this, we can see that there are the two inbound rules. So as you may recall, we had the SSH box that was checked, and then also the HTTP box, which was checked as well. So if we wanted to see outbound rules, we can see outbound rules as well as tags if we were using tags. But if we want to make some modifications to these inbound rules, we can go edit. And we can, for example, add a rule if we would like. You can see here when we add rule, we can either custom. There's a few different options for custom. This would be if we had like a custom application that's not listed here. We can open up everything. So there's an option to open up all TCP, all UDP. We can look down here and you can see there is a list of different, there is a list of different services through here. So there's a lot of different, email stuff and stuff like that. So this kind of gives you an idea of how to create one. But if we choose one of these applications, like let's just say, IMAPS, whatever, it already knows the protocol and port range for this, so we can't edit this. So if we wanted to, let's say, get a custom application, let's just make one up. We're going to go ahead and do TCP. Let's just make one up, 5555, whatever. And then we can specify the source. So if we had a server somewhere that we knew that these requests on 555 were coming from, we could say something like, well, this one would be anywhere, so we can remove that from anywhere. But if we had a specific one, we go to custom, and then we can go ahead and list something like that. These are just listing the different blocks. But if we wanted to say like 172.1, whatever, .25. So whatever. If this were, for example, this were the server that we knew that we had, then this would allow traffic from 555, the port 55555, from this particular IP address, and then that's it. And then we can go right here and list and say my custom app, whatever. We can call it whatever app we wanted to or something like that if we wanted to do that. So this would allow that connectivity in there. Let's go ahead and delete this. And then let's go ahead and just save rules, even though we haven't made any changes. That's fine. So we go back through EC2, and let's take a quick look at something else. So when we go to launch an instance, so as we launch this instance, let's say that we wanted to start with Linux. So this is Amazon Linux 2. We scroll down to here to network settings, and it gives us the option for SSH, HTTPS, and HTTP, which we remember SSH works for Linux. It doesn't work for Windows. So we have the option to either create a new security group, which is the default, which is what we did last time. We just selected this box, and then that's how we got that group one. Or we can do select an existing security group. We can select Launch Wizard 1. That's that one that we just created, which would be the equivalent of checking that SSH box and then also the HTTP box. But let's take a look. So let's go through here. Look at this. So I want you to see one thing that's kind of interesting. So when we go to Windows, if we select a Windows AMI, we scroll down through here, and this box has changed from allow SSH traffic to allow RDP. So what this is going to do is it's going to open a different port. So this is something that's used for RDP, which is 3389 instead of SSH, which is 22. So one important thing to consider is as we go forward and we create a Windows EC2 instance and we try to connect to it, we can't use this Launch Wizard 1 because Launch Wizard 1 only has HTTP and SSH, which SSH won't work for our Windows connection. So let's go back and let's do something here. So we're going to go to EC2. We're going to go to security groups. And then let's go ahead and create a new security group. So we'll call this my CCP security group. And then we also have to create a description. So we can call it security group for CCP class, whatever. So we scroll down here, we add new rules. So what are the rules that we're going to be using in this class? Well, we are definitely going to be using SSH. Okay, so we'll leave that and we'll just allow that to be from anywhere. We go right here and we go to, scroll down, HTTP. And again, we want to let that come from anywhere. And then lastly, we want to go to RDP. And then we go to anywhere. So let's talk about what these are going to be for. So this is connect to Linux. And then we go, this is web server traffic. And then we call this one down here connect to Windows. So this lets us know what each of these rules are for. And now when we go through here and we go outbound rules, we want to just leave it. So by default, remember, all traffic is allowed, and then it's allowed on this any address right there. So we're good on there. And then we go to create security group. And so now, whenever we create EC2 instances in this class, when we go through launch instance, we're going to scroll down here, and we don't have to do anything to mess with, let's see right here. So we go to select existing group, and now we can go compare security groups just to take a look. So as we look here at the default group, we'll see the one rule that it lists as the only source being that security group. So this is saying it will allow any traffic from any EC2 instance that is in that same security group. So then we go to Launch Wizard 1, and remember that this allowed for HTTP and SSH. But then if we go to my security group, so let's go ahead and just look at my security group. My security group, look, we have HTTP, SSH, and RDP. Great. So that's what we're going to be using in this class. So as we create new EC2 instances, let's go ahead and just use this my CCP security group, so we can just use that same security group for all of our instances going forward. All right, now that wraps up our security groups demonstration. Let's go and start connecting to our EC2 instances. We're going to start with connecting to a Windows EC2 instance.